Proposition 59, Nick Schroeder.
Prop 59 is an advisory measure related to campaign finance. And the thing to understand about campaign finance is that there's really two broad types of political spending. We have contributions, which would be where you give money directly to a candidate, and the candidate in turn uses that money to communicate with the voters. And the second type is what's referred to as an independent expenditure. And that'd be where you take the money yourself and produce an advertisement to communicate with the voters without any involvement from the campaign. In 2010, under a Supreme Court case referred to as Citizens United, the Supreme Court determined that independent expenditures are a form of speech protected under the United States Constitution, and accordingly, government cannot impose limits on independent expenditures made by people, corporations, unions, or really anybody. And so what Proposition 59 does is it's an advisory measure. It's asking the voters if the state's elected officials should use their constitutional authority to amend the United States Constitution to effectively overturn Citizens United and to allow government to impose limits on independent expenditures. Because it is an advisory measure, it does not require the legislature or the US Congress to take any particular action. And because it's an advisory measure, there is no fiscal effect.
Thank you. The Democratic Party is in favor of this, the Peace and Freedom Party, and other democratic organizations. In support, we also have churches, clean money organizations, teachers organizations, labor, Consumer Watchdog, Courage Campaign, Friends of the Earth, so a number of nonprofit organizations. In support, Bernie Sanders is weighing in on California politics as well. And then we have some state senators and representatives, mostly on the Democratic side, and a large number of Republican state legislators. Newspapers are split, and the spending on this one is lopsided, but there's not a whole lot of it, $80,000 on yes, and it's mostly individuals, and a little bit, the California Democratic Party gave $3,744, so, I don't know. All right, questions? We have one kind of in the middle here.
Yes, hi, I'm curious, why is this a ballot measure? Why didn't the legislature just pass a resolution urging our congressional representatives to pursue this?
The courts determined that the legislature can place an instructional or an advisory measure on the ballot. And so it's the legislature, it passed the required threshold to be qualified for the ballot. And so that's the process for it to be qualified.
They wanted to make a political statement, right, is the answer.